Hey guys, welcome to our CoachNow tutorial. We're going to be going through all the tools available for CoachNow and for video analysis specifically for hockey players. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to have my iPad out and I'm going to open up my video analysis suite and I'm going to just go through each feature step by step. So the first feature we'll go through skeleton tracking. Basically track the joints of the player automatically with the AI system inside of CoachNow. So let's take a look at Cole here, who is performing a stride. And if I press the button in the top left corner of the screen, what I'll see is skeleton tracking. So we're able to track those joint angles and take a closer look at what's happening with Cole here. Next thing that we can do is basically add a little bit of a personal touch to our coaching. We can film ourselves as we're performing our clip analyses. If I go to the top left corner again inside the video analysis suite, what I'll see is an icon of a person there. And what I'll be able to do is click that icon or tap that icon and see myself performing a video analysis right here. The next tool we can look at in CoachNow is all the Animation Tools. So as a general rule on the right side, what you'll see is basically tools that we can use to angle, we can use to draw, and just basically animate anything that we need to for our players to better explain our concepts to them. So what I'll do is I will tap the right side here, and I'm going to use my Apple Pen here to start drawing things. So if I wanted to show Cole, maybe his push angle could be a little bit more to the side, what I would do is I can draw that for him there, and I can use different tools to do that. So if I wanted a straight arrow with different colors, I can do that, or I can circle things with the circling tool here, and I can also use a square, different things here to explain concepts. And on top of that, we can use something called the angler tool, which is really useful for explaining joint angles. So if I were to look here, what I can do is I can test the angle of, let's say, Cole's stride here. We can measure it with the ice, and then we can actually see a drawing of how many degrees that would be. Our next tool is probably the most important one, where we're able to use side-by-side comparison. So a lot of the times what we do is we'll compare side-by-side with professional NHL examples. So what I can do is upload different clips to a library where I can save them, and then I'm able to reference them for comparison. So let's go ahead and try that. If I were to tap the top right here, what I can do is hit my CoachNow library. And then when I go into my tags, I can make sure to label things properly so I can find them again another time. And then I'm going to find the stride angle that I want to find. So here's a great one of McDavid. So I'm going to compare Cole side by side with McDavid. I can zoom in and go through that. And then what I can do is link these together and then essentially play them at the same time. Link them together, and then I'm going to play it in 1/8 speed so we can see them striding at the same time. And then we can compare the differences between the two. And our last tool is something called overlay. So overlay is really useful for basically lining players up and casting them over each other. It's kind of hard to explain audibly, so I'm just going to go ahead and explain that with showing you guys. What I can do is press the button in the top right corner here, and I am going to tap that here, and I'm going to line McDavid up in a similar position to where Cole is. And then I'm going to line Cole up at about the same distance away. So to compare differences, we can see them casted over each other here. We can see that they're pushing approximately at the same time. And it takes a little bit of basically playing around with to find the correct placement. You can compare the differences between the two strides here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was helpful for all the tools available in CoachNow, and we'll see you in the next video.
In our profession, we spend a lot of time planning, programming, and finding the right clips and so on. Train 2.0 really allowed me to teach the right things at the right times in a way that our players can understand. Players are able to take what they learn here and bring it into their games with confidence. Our program gives our players that edge by studying the NHL's best and breaking what they do down into its simplest form. There are coaches worldwide delivering our program and are getting serious results. If you're interested in coaching Train 2.0, apply today.